Hello, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning to my channel, thank you. I am going to start my seeds today. For the last few years, have wanted to put in a garden. I don't really have a great place to do it, so I've been doing things like vertical gardening. I made a makeshift green stalk last year for my strawberries. I did plant some pepper plants and they grew, which I was so happy about, but it was so late in the season that nothing happened with them. I haven't had a lot of success. When we lived at my old house, my husband built me like a raised garden bed, and it was really nice, but it was very shallow, and I think that for some plants that didn't work very well. I did get a couple peppers. I think I got one eggplant, maybe like 2 tomatoes. It was fun, but it wasn't like very productive. My ultimate goal for life is to be able to grow a lot of my own food. This year, I'd like to actually grow some seeds and get them to be productive. So I was successful with the pepper plants last year, which I don't know if I ever got to the point of showing you, but they got about this big, which was great for me. I never actually got to put them in a garden and they did all die. So whatever. But the fun thing is, I did find my seeds from last year. I've got this little notebook, and I swiped one of these from my kids because they had them for their Pokemon cards. It fit my seed packets halfway decent. I could only swipe one though, so I've got 8 here and one of them here. And then I had all these papers in here because I was going to start like a garden journal here. So I didn't actually do that, but it's a new year. And I'm going to try hard this year to get this stuff to grow. And then I found these in my basement. I've always wanted to have a garden. A lot of years I would buy seeds and I'd try, but not much happened. But I have daisy seeds and bachelor buttons, squash, and I don't know how long seeds are good for. It says sell by 12/13, but it doesn't have like 3 numbers. So does that mean December of 13? Have these been floating around for 13 years? I have no idea. I'm not unwilling to try them, but I don't think I'm doing zucchini this year. These say 2025. Sweet pepper, I'll keep that out. Garden beans. This also says sell by 12/13. And this one says 2025. Sunflower. I did want to put sunflowers on the side of the house, but that's not the point of this today. Okay. So these pepper seeds I bought last year. And then this year, I talked to my little daughter because she's going to be my garden buddy. And what we picked out, and I don't want to go crazy, I'm going to try to focus more on actually producing things than going crazy and planting a million things. So I want to plant peppers and tomatoes. She asked for pumpkins, which in my experience, you just kind of throw them in the ground and then they grow. Hoping that I can just find an open spot. We do have a little bit of land. It's not cleared off, but that's one of my goals this spring before the bugs start coming out, is to try to clear that land off. Then maybe I can just find a little patch and throw the pumpkins in, so I won't probably be starting those ahead of time. And then she wanted cantaloupe and cucumbers, and then ornamental corn, the pretty rainbow corn. But that'll be another thing where I'm not going to put a lot of effort into this. She just thought it would be interesting, and I was like, whatever, I'm willing to try. So basically, I have Cherokee purple tomatoes, a rainbow blend of like cherry tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, and beefsteak tomatoes. And then I don't know what I'll do with these. And then like 5 different, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different peppers. I don't know, whatever. Anywho, I've got about 8 weeks, I think, before the frost date, the last frost date. So I need to get these planted and then hopefully they'll germinate. I just thought that you could come look. I feel like this year's the year where it's actually gonna work, so I thought it would be fun to do it and to document it and see, at least if I document it, then next year I'll know what I screwed up. So these I'm not gonna use, and these I won't use till later. And I'm trying to gather my seeds as I find them, and I bought this cute little container from Lowe's, I think, the white lid. It was so cute and it was $2.50 and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy it because I think it's cute. And then when I came home, I'm like, that's perfect for my seeds because I don't know that this is gonna work very well for very long. And I have these things, which I think should be fine. And then I found a brand new one in my garage. I did buy a heat mat last year, so I'll be using that. And then what else do I have? I do have a grow light. That's it. I don't actually have a place to put these. So I don't really know what my plan is, but whatever. They need to get planted. Maybe I'll just set them on the counter for now. I think that peppers don't need light to germinate. So I could put them in my basement on the heat mat and they might be fine down there. We'll have to see. When are these expired? You say 11/25. I've got Purple Beauty, white, Chocolate Beauty, orange, yellow. This is called Sunbright. Oh, this is also Sunbright, so I don't need that one. California Wonder, Chinese Giant, and Jupiter. If I have space, maybe I'll plant all 3 red ones, and then I can try the difference between them. Oh, and I have hot peppers that I'll plant too. I'll try the difference between the red ones, and then I'll pull the red ones for green ones too. And that should work, I hope. Well, I've had the purple ones before, and the purple ones taste like green peppers. So I probably won't do a ton of those. I feel like I've tried the chocolate too, but I don't remember. So maybe I should get some dirt. I think what I'll have to do is plant the peppers today, and then maybe next week I'll do the tomatoes, and hopefully the peppers will be germinated. Then I can use the heat mat for the tomatoes if they need it. I guess I don't actually know if tomatoes need heat. I'm pretty new at all this. I have grown things before, but I'm not very, I don't know, experienced with all of it. So I'm kind of just learning as I go. It says you have to moisten your dirt. Had a little scoop in there from last year, I guess. I've planted flowers and stuff before, and I've been moderately successful at that. And I do get flowers every year and plant them. I love having flowers everywhere. But veggies are a different story. And then fruit, I'd like to get into at some point. So from what I understand, you want this like wet but not sopping, just kind of damp. You want it to like not fall apart. It's like mixing dough. Okay. That seems fine. There's arrows on these. I don't know what they're for, but there they are. And it is a nice day, but everything's still snow covered, so I can't do this outside. That looks all right. They're all full. If I use the arrows to my advantage, maybe I can tell where I put things. I'll just start a little journal here. Okay, so there's my little grid, and then I'm just gonna mark in the rows which ones I'm doing. I'll start with this one, California Wonder. Cal Wand Red. Now I know you don't want the dirt packed real tight, but you do want enough in there. So I'm not worried about the germination, because there's 6 in each row. I don't need 6 plants. So if they don't all germinate, that's fine. As long as a couple of them do, that'll be just fine. I could put 2 seeds in each hole, but I'm not that worried about it, because if I get 1 out of 6, that's okay. I will work with that. So, plus there's so many seeds. Look at how many are in there. Plus I used these last year, and there's some still on my counter. And I was looking up last year how to like propagate, maybe propagate's not the right word, but like harvest your own seeds from peppers, they cross-pollinate. So if you take the seeds out of a pepper that you like eat, or you pull off the plant, like a full-grown pepper, it'll likely be crossbred with something else. So I'm doing hot peppers. I might get a hot red pepper, or I might get a blend of like red and yellow or whatever. So one of the things that I saw is that you take like one of those little organza bags, and when the flower, before the flower opens, you put the bag around it, and then after it opens and starts to grow the pepper, then you can take the bag off, and then you just mark that one, and that one isn't cross-pollinated, which I thought was really interesting. So at some point, maybe not this year, but at some point, I'm gonna start like harvesting my own seeds instead of buying them. I think that would be fun. So that was red. Then we'll go with this yellow Sunbright. Okay, so this is Orange Sun. Oh, sorry. This feels really exciting for me. I haven't, I don't know, been so intentional with planting ever, I think. It's always just kind of been like, oh, you know, I'll throw some crap in the ground and see what grows. So I don't know, I'm just really excited about this working. Let's see, Jupiter. I remember last year, I did plant peppers last year. I feel like I showed some of it, but maybe I didn't. I've got some footage that I found, and I'm like, I don't know if I use this or not, whatever. But I planted them last year, and when they started to pop up, it was so exciting. It's just so fun to watch them grow and pop up. And I've never had pepper plants like grow to a decent size. I've always just had sproutlings and then they die. So this year I'm really hoping that I can do it and it'll be a success and we'll actually get some peppers, because we love peppers. But, you know, the ones from the stores aren't always great, and they're not in season, and they cost a fortune, and it would be so fun to fill my freezer with peppers that I grew. I was thinking about doing strawberries again, too. I really don't have a great place for them. Maybe if I start them earlier, it would work better. I'll have to do some looking on the internet and see when to start strawberries. Plus, then I think they're perennials, but I don't have a place where they could carry over the winter. I just have the little vertical garden that I made. I don't have a place to store that indoors, so I feel like it would just kind of be a waste. I tried to bring one of my strawberry plants in last year and it's dead. My mom told me to hang on to it and just see if something pops up, because they do come back, but I don't know, it's pretty dried out. That was red, and we'll do white sweet. Those are so fun. I love all the colors. Ooh, these are double baggers. And like this one, there's not as many seeds in this one, so I'll have to either order more or what is the word? Cultivate my own. There's still plenty for next year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'll have enough for next year, but I'll have to keep that in mind. Alrighty, Chocolate Beauty. I don't know where my mister is either. It's just a spray bottle, but I'll have to find it. They always get nabbed and used for vinegar or like soap or whatever. Okay, then I've got Purple Beauty. And then the one last red one. Yeah, these are almost gone too. I should mark these, and what was the other one? The white ones. And if I get some growth on it, I'll have to grab the seeds from one of the peppers. So let me just mark it. Okay, and then I'll probably skip 2 rows and then do 2 rows of hot peppers, which, I mean, whatever. I won't need that many hot peppers, but I can always, if they do really well, I can always just cut them up and throw them in the freezer. Also, I wanted to try canning jalapenos, so maybe that would be fun too. Maybe I should just do 3 rows. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'll just do 3 rows, because why not? Jalapeno. Okay, so I've got everything in. I have one row left. I feel like I'm wasting it by not putting something in there. Realistically, I don't have space in my yard for all of these. And like I said, if I get one plant from every row of these, that's gonna be 12 plants. Well, 11, I guess. This doesn't say how long to germinate. Oh, days to germinate, 10 to 12. 2 to 3 weeks. Oh my goodness. That's a long time. 10 or 8 to 15 days. I wonder if I should be marking this down too. Holy cow. 14 to 28 days on the orange ones. That's crazy. I have 30 pots that I ordered in a set. They're like fabric pots. And my plan was to line them up against my fence because that gets the most sunlight. So if I had 30, that would be like 3 plants from each row. Feel like that's a lot of peppers. But if they all grew, I would just freeze them all. I would fill a freezer full of peppers. We use so many peppers. I think I'll just leave it at this. That makes the most sense, I suppose. So there it is. That is 2026 peppers. Hopefully they grow. I'm so excited. This is so fun. I gotta find a place in my house now to put these. I can't tell if the kids are fighting or playing. Yeah, maybe I'll just figure out the dates and mark down. Oh, these are all upside down. That's so funny. Just mark down when they are supposed to germinate so that when they aren't coming up, I can just glance and not have to dig through the packet. I will show you setting up the heat mat, I guess, whenever I find a place for it. Last year I just set up a little shelf. It was like those plastic shelves, and I put a table on top of it because my cat was trying to jump up on here and lay on it. I have so many layers. Oh, I don't have a top for this either. Does this one have a top? This one has a top. I think it only needs the greenhouse part until it sprouts. So hopefully I can swipe this one until it sprouts and then put my tomatoes with this one. Because I'm not quite planting those ones yet. I'll double check too. Check right now so I don't forget. Do pepper seeds need light to germinate? They do not need light, so I don't have to put the grow light onto these until I start to see sprouts. Then I gotta get the grow light on them. Do pepper plants need heat after they germinate? Prefer warmth after germination, but do not need high intensity bottom supplied heat once they sprout. They'll be fine in the house, I suppose, after they sprout, but until then they need the heat and no light. And then when they sprout, they need light, but no heat. So that'll be fine. And then I can swap that stuff over to the tomatoes. Hopefully in a couple weeks I can show you my pepper plants starting. I'm so excited. This is so fun.
Mama!
What?
The back of my hair is actually like a wave because it's like this.
It is. That's so cool, honey.
Yes,
it's starting to curl up.
Yeah.
It'd be so cool if you had some curly hair again.
Yeah.
Okay, get out of here, Mr. Shirtless. Too, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I know I'm not like the best at all creator, and I just try to do my best with everything. I really appreciate people that come back. I appreciate the new people that hang around till the end. I think it's really fun to do these videos. It's just a hobby for me. I'm not monetized or anything. That would be great if I could, because then I could, you know, support some of my habits that I have. For now, I'm just kind of filming my life and filming the things that I do and just trying to have a creative outlet with that. Plus, it kind of keeps me, I don't know if motivated's the right word, but it keeps me on task. If I film and if I say, well, I'm going to film this thing, then I'm more motivated to do the thing. And maybe that's not the correct attitude to have or whatever, but it works for me and I enjoy the filming and the editing and posting and reading the comments. So it's a fun hobby for me. I'd like to keep doing it. I just really appreciate the people that come back and watch my videos. If you made it this far, throw a pepper in the comments for me. That really helps me out. I do enjoy making these videos, so I appreciate those of you that watch them. So, all right, I will catch you next time. If you want to see some more videos, I do a lot of cooking videos. I do decluttering. There's some random clean with me videos in there. So if you're interested in any of that, hopefully there'll be a lot more gardening videos, because I really would love to start growing my own food and preserving my own food. I kind of dabble in everything now, but I'd like to get good at those skills so that I can be more self-sustained. That's my long-term goal. You got to start somewhere. So here we are. Hopefully these grow. I can't wait to show you in a couple weeks that they're all sprouting and they all look so cute. So, all right, goodbye. I'll see you next time.